Now we do have a resource, a booklet called the Software Leaders Handbook, and you can go to resources.clearmeasure.com and you can find that. It's a free download on the website. I invite you to go and look at that. It's got some key principles for success. One of the ones I want to highlight is a system for visibility into where your bottlenecks are. So um, this should be familiar for quite a few of you, but this is a Kanban style work tracking board, and it has 9 stages. It has 9 columns. There's a lot of work tracking systems out there that will visualize work as a series of columns and has named stages at the top of the column, and that's become fairly common. The problem is that all of these systems kind of give you a default that might be like not started, and then you might have in progress, and then you might have done, or maybe you have one more. And it's very very high level in that regard. So basically not started is here's the stuff left to do. And then in progress means we've said that we've started it, and then done is that's done. But it doesn't give you any insight into why it's taking so long. What do you mean in progress? In progress where? And that's the question. If we say that our team is working on something, what part of it are they working on? And if it's being worked on for a long time, where is it stuck? What activity is taking so long? So, decades ago, there was a concept that was created called the software development life cycle. And largely, the agile movement kind of started, unfortunately, questioning everything. And so the software development life cycle stages kind of got some hand wave treatment, and we've gotten a little bit less disciplined on tracking which activity that we're currently doing for a particular software feature. Um, and so that concept is absolutely critical so that you understand what stage a particular feature is in. And notice that development is the center column. So if you take the process like a sandwich and fold it onto each other, the things that happen before development or before coding are design decisions. And the things that happen after the development column or the column where the code is written, those are validation or testing or verification activities. And um, the what makes this Kanban style and an implementation of the Agile Manifesto is that you move one software change through independently of others, one at a time, single piece flow, as opposed to batching dozens together and moving them through. So if it's a simple text change, it may fly through this board really really fast. Or if it's a more significant software capability, it may take longer. But I want to highlight the 4 design decisions ahead of the column where you write the code. And even if you want to call them different things, that really doesn't matter. But you need to make 4 design decisions. You need to uh, define the concept. Why are we doing something? And defining why we're doing something equips and empowers everyone in the development team to question why we're doing it, because we might be able to simplify something and maximize the amount of work not done. We might come up with an idea that makes it absolutely unnecessary to do that particular feature that was ideated, that was thought up. If we can make some other change, maybe we can make a process change, and then we can accomplish the goal without even having to deliver the software. So things in the concept definition column, those cards, those issues, whatever you want to call them, those are um, business capabilities. All right. And then as you flesh out the concept, you kind of might split out, some software behaviors or software features as you move it to user experience design. But if you can make a much smaller change and accomplish the concept, well, now you have a much smaller software change to flow through. Or if you can make a business process adjustment, then then that can flow through just by, testing that the business process can be satisfied with the existing behavior of the system. But the next stage is user experience design. That is where we decide how a person is going to use a change in the software system. If it's a change to a screen, we do the wireframes in that column. Then we move on to technical design, and that is design patterns, libraries, architectural changes, perhaps. And this is where we break it down into individual development tasks and decompose into those tasks. And then the next step is test design. Armed with all of these previous design decisions, we determine how we're going to test this software behavior once it's actually working. And it also gives us the chance to define the concept of done. Um, what 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 workflows are in, what workflows are out for this particular scope change. And then, of course, goes through coding. And then functional validation is at the team level. User experience validation is typically at the business level. And then release validation is uh, server and cloud configuration, making sure we're ready to push out to the customers uh, and making sure that we're ready to have users actually start using it. So this is an important tool for knowing where things are in the process because something is going to get stuck. And if you don't have a visualization, if you don't have a tool that allows you to quickly see that, hey, we have a backlog or we have a bottleneck in user experience design, then you may be asking, you may be asking the people who are coding, writing the code, hey, why isn't this flowing? And the answer is, well, we really can't write any code for it yet because we're still haggling on how it should look and what fields are important and what data fields are coming from outside systems versus, it tends, um, bottlenecks tend not to be in actually writing code. Bottlenecks tend to be in time spent making decisions. And so a tool like this helps you pull out the design decisions from the status where we're writing code and so that you can see and reason about where all the time's going.